Sorry. Okay, so let's talk about this gimbal. This is the DJI OM4 second edition, and I am pre-recording this video because on live streams on YouTube, it's become among of a shaky experience. I'm not sure if YouTube is actually utilizing the full functions of this iPhone 11 Pro Max, but we are pre-recording this because we want to see the difference, and I guarantee you this pre-recording is going to be a big difference. Sorry for the windy weather. Yesterday was really warm, and now today it is about to drop to 23 Fahrenheit in temperature. But before we even start, please do subscribe, like, and share. If you guys support the channel financially, it really does help me out as a travel photographer, consultant, videographer. And please make sure that you hit the notification buttons so you see more videos like this in the real world. This is my real world take on this gimbal. Let me get to the point so you guys have a better understanding. I believe that the DJI 3 was a much better gimbal. It was robust, it has some earth to it, it has some build quality to it. This DJI OM4 SE, I'm sorry, what a handful, a nameful, but it's a little bit too light. It feels like a toy. It doesn't feel robust. It doesn't feel like it can handle even some wind conditions that we experienced yesterday on the Long Island City tour. So I figured just pre-record this and see what the quality of the stabilization will provide us in real world time. The live stream was supposed to be a real world time, but it was windy. Obviously the wind literally overconquered the gimbal. And as we are in Long Island City, I just want to emphasize how stable the video quality may be with shooting this in 4K 60 frames a second, but also trying to get a concept why you should not buy the second edition of the DJI OM4 and might not even buy the 5. And you may want to just buy the DJI OM3 instead because of the versatility the OM3 have, even though yes, doesn't have the magnetic connection for the iPhone, make it easier to balance, but at least it was robust. At least it had a really good earthy and heavy feel to it. I believe that gimbal can handle the load because it handled my other iPhone loads and other ridiculous iPhone loads better than this gimbal. And I mean ridiculous loads. I used to put a lens in front of my iPhone X, and not only that, using the Comic-Con Boom XD system, yeah, that's also a load. But in counterweights, this gimbal cannot do that. So, if you want to rationalize the cost of spending for a mobile gimbal, I'm going to say this like an enthusiast. Some of the old models are actually better than the new models. The new models are gimmicks because people request these things, but manufacturing, processing, the train of thought that comes out of our leadership when making these gimbals, they're not really thinking about what we're really trying to say. We're trying to say we want a lighter gimbal, but it has to sustainable, handle the mobile load. Even if we put third-party lenses on our cameras, external wireless microphones, you gotta think about that load. I just feel like this DJI OM4 SE edition feels like a toy. Just doesn't fit in my book bag for some reason. It doesn't feel comfortable, is what I'm trying to apply. Does not feel like I can trust it. My DJI 3, yes, I can trust that. So yes, I am making a comparison because I ended up getting that taken from me. So with that said, everyone, I just want to make this video in 4K 60 frames a second. You can see in real time the quality, the stabilization. Now I've been shifting hand to hand, holding this one hand on purpose just to test the stabilization and its functionalities with this gimbal. So we went around the 2-block radius, heading back to the hostel. But with that said, everyone, I appreciate you guys taking the time out to visit this video to understand how you should really make the best judgments when picking a perfect mobile gimbal for your smartphone. And honestly, the OM4 SE doesn't really hit the nail. You're better off with the original version, or like I said, DJI Osmo 3. Better gimbal, more robust. This one is just a little bit too toy. Doesn't feel like I'm serious about my job as a videographer. Like, it doesn't make me feel comfortable. Yes, this is just optional opinions, but for me, it doesn't make me feel like people are taking me seriously when I record videos. Even though it's supposed to make my life lighter, which it does, it makes things more simpler and compact, which it does. That's the good thing about it. But in overall, it's not stable enough. So with that said, everyone, appreciate your time. Hopefully you guys understand the content, that I don't recommend this gimbal, but I will use it in a pinch. But I'm going to use my complicated Zelle Crosshair 2. That gimbal has some really different quirks. You gotta stabilize it every single time. You gotta balance it every time. It takes longer to balance every time. But I'll make a video about that for that gimbal. But with that said, everyone, the temperature has come down in New York City. Please do subscribe, like, and share. We're gonna be out of here tonight and tomorrow and the next night. We're trying to save money. But please do subscribe, like, and share. Support the channel. Leave your comments down below. And tell me, what do you think about the video quality? And is it physically stabler than my live streams? Because if that's so, I am going to pre-record from now on all of my tours and not live stream them. Sorry, YouTube, but it's what it is. With that said, everyone, eat, sleep, photography, videography, and repeat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, the windy